Every 6 months, the Mormon Church holds a general worldwide conference that they broadcast from their headquarters in Salt Lake City. For as long as I can remember, my family and I have looked forward to these meetings, minus this one small obstacle between us and the main entrance. These protesters, as it were, seem to gather at every major Mormon event. And so whenever I encountered them growing up, or even heard about them, the experience was always negative, and it only served to solidify my cultural training that these, quote, anti-Mormons were not only wrong, but were downright evil. I mean, these people played a significant role in my own theological and spiritual development because, generally speaking, as Mormons, we tend to view ourselves as a persecuted people. I mean, to each other, we often point to it as a manifestation of God's anointing upon us. Even here in Utah, where the population is, let's say, 70% LDS, we still speak of ourselves as the underdogs against the world, like a great and noble but very tiny minority who've been chosen by God to have the truth, and not just any truth, but the truth. And so, even if we're not graceful about it, in Mormon circles, carrying this truth to the rest of you, it's like our destiny. We know it's our calling in life, and we're okay with being shunned by the whole world if necessary for this truth. But before we can honestly take this truth to the rest of you, there's a catch. That same truth says that I am supposed to love my enemies. So let's fast forward 2,000 years and make this current. I am supposed to love this guy. Now, I'll be the first to admit I'm not able to do that, and I know I'm not the only Mormon that feels this way. But to make this burden of carrying the truth to the rest of you, including those whom we call our enemies, even more difficult, we thought we knew who our enemies were. But nothing could have prepared us for the realization of just how many enemies we had as Mormons, like the 2008 presidential campaign.
Let's move quickly to Mitt Romney. He's the former Massachusetts governor, Republican. He's also a Mormon. Is his faith going to be a big hurdle for him politically?
Polls certainly show that it is. He faces a lot of skepticism from evangelical Christians.